I'm a power systems field service technician, and basically that means I work on generators, mainly at data centers and hospitals. My name is Everett English. I'm a Universal Technical Institute graduate of 2024. So before UTI, I was in the Marine Corps. I did 4 years. I was transitioning out, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I saw a UTI commercial and got in contact with them. Used my GI Bill and went there for 3 years. I did the welding program, auto diesel Ford, and then Cummins engines and Cummins power gen. I've been wrenching pretty much my whole life on my cars, so I figured might as well make money doing it. I was kind of just going through a list of things that would make decent money out of the Marine Corps and something that I could do. At first I was thinking about being a pilot, and I'm not good at math, so tech school is kind of more interesting to me as well. So I like working with my hands, like I said. I'd go crazy in an office. So when I was getting out, I was in Japan, and I was, like I said, researching schools and what I wanted to do when I got out. I got in contact with the recruiter. I told them when my EAS date was and when I was taking my terminal leave. And we basically set up my start date. I started terminal leave in February, on February 5th in 2021, and I started UTI March 15th for the same year. When I got back to North Carolina, I packed up all my stuff, got my DD-214 and drove straight to Arizona. And then within a week, I was going to school. I wanted the whole skill set, so I stayed for about 3 years. Did every program I could, used my whole GI Bill. But they made it really easy through student services. They just told me what paperwork I needed, I sent it to them, and they're like, here's your start date, show up now. The biggest thing was in power gen, they would mess with us by like pulling relays or like leaving something just barely connected, so you actually had to go through and find stuff. And there's some guys that would take like 8 hours to diagnose something, and it's just like right in front of your face, and all you had to do is like press this little wire in, and we'd all laugh. While I was there, I had a buddy that was trying to get into a service truck. He explained to me power generation, how that works, and ever since then I wanted to be in a service truck. The independence and the freedom of showing up on site and picking up your parts and just doing what you have to do and then going home. While I was going to UTI, I was an apprentice at the power systems shop. So I was working for about 9 months before I graduated, just trying to learn and see what the job was like. And then as soon as I graduated, they hired me on full-time. I worked for probably another 6 months in the shop, doing inspections and whatever maintenance they needed there. And then I told them that I wanted to be in a truck. They put me on a couple job shadows. I went out to the field. They gave me a truck. I really liked it. So since February, I've been in this truck in the field. These generators are so big, they're not on wheels. We have to go to them. That's why we have service trucks. They can't bring it to the shop. It's not like a car where you just drive it into a bay or a trailer unit where you just bring it in the shop. We have to go to them and service them where they're at, because they're anywhere from 20,000 to 40,000 pounds. They're sitting on big fuel tanks, and if they lose power and don't have a backup generator at a data center, generally they lose like $1 million a minute. So our job is very vital to their business. Or we work at hospitals, so a lot of those generators power machinery that keep people alive, like ventilators, or also like when you go into surgery, if the power were to go out and they have you on a ventilator, yep, it's not good. So those generators we mainly service at night. So a typical day, generally in a service truck, you get paid door to door. So as soon as I leave in the morning, I go out to my truck, I inspect it, make sure the tires are filled up, there's still oil in it, and everything's ready to go. And then I'll drive to the shop or pick up ice and water because it's hot. Make sure I have all my parts, go through all my parts for the day, call the client, tell them that I'm on my way, and then I'll show up to the client site. Generally, we'll do inspections or filter spins, so we'll change oil filters, make sure everything's good to go on the generator, make sure it'll run, find any leaks, and if we find anything that's messed up, we write it up for a repair so we can order parts and come back and fix it. The biggest skill set I learned at UTI was asking questions when I didn't understand something, finding people that know the answers or even finding the answers in technical manuals. Another big skill I learned there was reading technical manuals and wire schematics. It's very important no matter where you go in this field of work to know what you're looking at and troubleshooting. Yeah, moving forward, I'd like to stay with Empire and probably move up to a lead position in a couple years and just lead technicians and help them like my leads have helped me.